Alright, so let's focus on some AI right now. I'm going to do a blueprint class character. This is going to be my AI test. Right click, blueprint class, and we're going to do an AI controller. Select, and this is going to be AI test controller. Let's save all. Now here I'm going to do the character. So this is where I'm going to put the model and the animation. Okay. So now I'm going to hop over to Mixamo. I'm going to get logged in here. Sorry, one sec. Alright. Now let's grab a character real quick. I'm going to grab Remy. Then I'm going to download Remy. Alright, so there's Remy. So let's do animations, and I want to do an idle. Let's download that. Come on, today. And running in place, make sure you check in place. Download that. And now I want to do a swing animation. Not that type of swing. I guess it'd be slash, wouldn't it? There we go. Alright, just a basic slash right here. Or you know what? Let's do a punch. Set up a punch. I think that'd be cool. Do a harder punch. Oh, yeah, okay. Download. Download. Wait for that to finish. Alright. So now, what I want to do, open up my character here. I'm going to open up my downloads folder. And the very first thing I want to bring in is Remy here. Okay. Bring that in. Drop it in. And keep everything default and import all. Okay. That's okay. And of course I picked the one that has a ton of textures on it, as always. Save that. Oh, come on, Unreal. Today. Oh, come on. Hurry up. Alright, cool. Okay. Now I'm going to right click, new folder, call this anims. Open that up. And I want to import the running, idle, and punching. Okay. We're going to uncheck import mesh, and we're going to choose the Remy skeleton. Import all. Alright, cool. So we got all those. Let's go back to character, right click on the skeletal mesh, and that's indicated by the pink line. Great, and a blueprint. And we want to right click, create, blend space 1D. These two. come on, no. No, cancel. Okay. We want to put these two in the anims folder. Move here. And let's open up the blend. So, oh, it's breaking. I gotta fix the material. Go to Asset Browser, and we're gonna put idle here, running here. Let's set this variable to speed and 600 for the max axis. We'll go to Anim Slot Manager, add slot, and do this punch, and because we'll be using that later. Close that out. Open up the Anim blueprint. Right click, new state. Now this is going to be our state machine. We're going to want to save this, and then you want to get that saved pose. Get a layered blend per bone. I'm going to copy that, drag off, type in slot, plug that into 0, plug that into base, and change the slot to our punch, and bring that into there. So it should look something like this. Click on your layered blend per bone. I'm going to add, drop down, and we want to find a bone name for here along the spine. So I'm going to do spine 2, okay? And this will make sense once we get to it. So I'm going to do spine underscore 2, I think is what it was called. Oh no, it's just spine 2. Let's do that again. Spine 2. And mesh spatial rotation right there. Now double click on your state machine. Add state, idle, run. Now this is where we're going to call the actual blend space that we're going to be doing. Right click, promote to variable, and we're going to call that speed. Okay. So now we want to calculate this variable. So if we go to event graph, we'll drag off here, is valid. And basically what this is doing is checking to make sure that the pawn owner is a valid character. We want to get velocity. Get vector length. So we're converting the vector into a float value so we can use it to configure the speed value. Okay. We're good to go. And we'll fix his animations after. So now let's open up AI test and open up the controller. And in AI test, we want to set the mesh to Remy. And we want to -90 in Z, -90 in Z rotation. And he is giant. I'm not sure why he's giant. But let's, okay, 0.6 is too much, so let's do half. Oh. Okay, okay, 0.45 looks good. That's interesting. Okay. Class defaults, and we want to set him to look at the correct controller, so AI test controller. File save. Click the mesh, and we want him to use our animation blueprint. Okay. But there he is. Alright. Now let's set up a wander event. Okay. So I'm going to do a custom event, wander. And we want AI move to here. We want to get control pawn. This way it gets the actual pawn that this controller is controlling, which is the AI test character. Get random point navigatable radius. We want to get control pawn again and get actor location. Pop that in there and give it a radius of like 500. So basically what this is doing is it's getting the center location of the character, wherever the character is in the world. Okay, and then it's looking within a 500 unit radius all the way around the character to pick a random point, and then the AI is going to move to that point. Okay. So on success, what we can do here is pretty much call wander again, right? And then right here, we want to call wander on event begin play, so he starts doing that action. So we're not ticking it because it really isn't necessary to do event tick or something. So it's a very very clean way of doing it, because it'll execute the command. Once it reaches the destination, it'll execute the command again. Okay. And now we haven't set up our hit yet. Let me open up a different level, and I'm going to get rid of the AI that I already built, and I want to drop Remy in here. Okay, so there he is. And now he's running around. Okay. And what we could do also, though, make him act a little bit better. So if we delay and do a random float in range, go between 0 and 3. This will make him kind of delay before he runs to a different location, as you can see. Pretty cool, yeah? Alright. So now let's set up him chasing the character, the main player. Okay. So in the controller, we want to add AI perception right here. And we're going to set the dominant sense to sight, and we're going to add a sense. Sight, drop down, drop down. Let's change this stuff. Okay. Detection by affiliation, we're just going to check these on because we're not going to worry about that right now. And then click this plus on target perception updated. Alright. So we're going to pull off actor, cast to your character, whatever your character is. Going to break. Click the drop down. Then we want to branch. Successfully sensed. And let's create a custom event. And this is going to be called chase, I guess. Let's copy that name. And on true, set timer by function name. We want to call that chase event that we made. And let's set the time to 0.01, 0.01, and looping. And then here, we want to clear timer by function name and call it that. And we want to call wander again. Okay. All right. So basically what we're going to do for the wander is basically this. Or the chase, I mean, I'm sorry. So we want controlled pawn, we want AI move to. And then for target actor, we want to get, get player character. And let's change the acceptance radius to 20. And let's go stop on overlap. Okay. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Okay, so you see he's chasing me, and he stops right there. And I can't really get away from him because he runs too fast. So I'm going to set the max walk speed to 300, but I also want to go into the blend space and change that to 300 as well, so his animations look right. Let's play. You see he's following me. What if I run? Goes back to wandering. Okay. Alright. So now let's go ahead and set up our attack. So let's go into the anims. And the punching, we want to create a montage. And then we'll open this montage up and we want to set this to punch. And then scroll down. Oh, let's close it and reopen it, just so it resets the animation. And right here on 23, I want to right click, add notify, new notify, and attack. Okay, so let's go into here. And we want to create a custom event. Call it attack. We're going to create a variable is attacking. And we want to do a branch. Put that in. So if is attacking is true, we don't want to do anything. If it's false, however, we want to get the mesh, get an instance. Let's set this to true. And we want to pull off montage play. And we're gonna do the punching montage. Yeah. So now let's go into the animation blueprint. Right click and attack end attack the notify that we made in the montage. Get pawn owner. We want to cast to the AI test character. And we want to set is attacking to false. The reason we're doing that, because if you look, so the montage is going to play. So he punches, brings his fist back, and once it passes here, it's going to call this to set this to false, which in turn will call this event here, which will allow him to attack again. And so in theory, we're creating a loop, right? Alright, so now let's go into the controller. And I think I want to call that event here. Get control pawn, cast to AI test. And let's call attack. Let's see what that does. So he's punching me. That works for me. And then you can handle the damage however you want to. What I would do actually is make him put the acceptance radius closer, so he can get a little bit closer. Come on, my dude. So now he's a little bit closer. Maybe even 5, I guess. Let's do 5. He seems to rotate a little bit sometimes, which is... Oh, he's colliding with my shield. Yeah, that's weird. He's gliding with my shield. But yeah, you can do basically this however you want to. So you can even, okay, so when the punch is at its farthest, you can add a notify. Damage, I guess. Go in here. We will call event notify damage. And then in the AI test, we can create an event called damage, and then apply damage. Damage actor, you can get player character, I guess. Damage 15. Okay, and then in here, basically just cast to that again. Or if you don't want to keep casting, you can cast up here and then just promote this to a variable so you don't have to keep doing that. But so let's call damage. Alright, so let's go over here. I'm gonna put my shield up. It doesn't deal damage anymore. That's because how I have my damage code for my character. But that's pretty much setting up an AI. And for the damage to work right with that apply damage, you need an event called event any damage, which is this guy right here. So event any damage, and then you just subtract however much damage from the health. Okay. And if you noticed, when I did my damage, apply damage, I have the damage actor being set to the character, and then base damage is 15. So that's how much to subtract from the health. Right? Because when you define the damaged actor, it will look in that blueprint for this event and then call it, no matter where it is, which is really cool. Okay, so that's the AI. Thanks.